To highlight in the past year is the institutional adoption of Bitcoin and the maturation of the asset class, along with the education of millions and millions of people.
Hello guys, welcome back to Christian Finance for your regular financial content. And today we're going to be covering the biggest Bitcoin whale, the one and only MicroStrategy CEO, the man himself, Michael Saylor. Now, if you guys don't know who he is, he's just the person whose company owns the most amount of Bitcoins. It's actually 130,000, which is just insane, considering that 21 million is the most Bitcoins we're ever going to get once every single one has been mined. And today I'm actually going to give you my opinion on what he's saying about Bitcoin and the markets in the short to midterm. And then a bit later on, I'll give you my perspective on what's going on right now in the markets in the short to mid to long term, based on data and proof as always, of course. Just before I start with the video, I just want to give you a quick disclaimer. The video of his latest interview is a little bit choppy, but that's not from my or your end. It's just how the interview itself came out. Just bear with it.
To highlight in the past year is the institutional adoption of Bitcoin and the maturation of the asset class, along with the education of millions and millions of people. You know, that phrase, decades when nothing happens, weeks when decades happen, it really refers to paradigm shifts.
Yeah, and there was a lot of useful things just now mentioned. If we really think about it, this is the first time that Bitcoin actually went viral, right? And this time for a good reason. Obviously, it went viral slightly in 2017 after that bull market, or during the peak of that bull market. But right now, what happened in 2020, obviously with the printing of the money, trillions on trillions on trillions just in the US alone, Bitcoin's use case as a store of value is truly coming into play. And now, yes, you could say Bitcoin did fall from about 69,000 to about 21,000. That is true. However, everything has taken a hit. And if we're completely honest, guys, November 20th, 2015, Bitcoin was worth $327, right? We have almost 100x, right, in price to where we're now from back then. Back when it came out 6 years before that in 2009, Bitcoin was literally worth pennies. So as much as, yes, right now, we have had a dip from 69,000 to 21,000. Look at the trajectory of things. At the end of the day, if you have some sort of cash, you need to store it somewhere, unless you want to get destroyed by a 9% inflation year over year that we're experiencing right now. But what's the alternative, right? You're going to put it in gold, where, I mean, sure, it didn't get nearly as hammered in the past year, but look at this. Even at the bottom of a 10-year cycle, gold was about $1,100, right? So you have 50% gain in gold from the bottom, and if we're actually comparing it from the beginning of the 10 years, it's actually breaking even right now, right? And then in Bitcoin just 5 years ago, we're receiving nearly 100x. Now, am I acknowledging personally that Bitcoin is risky? Sure, so don't go 100% into altcoins and Bitcoin. Sure, that's fine. But having a small percentage of your capital locked into Bitcoin whenever crypto is down low, like right now, I see nothing wrong with that. At the end of the day, in the history of Bitcoin, if you have invested in it over a 3 to 4 year period, you've always seen massive, massive growth, right? I'm talking about 10, 100, even over 100x in the first 3 to 4 year period, right? Of that bull run, which is just crazy. With that, guys, I just want to quickly ask you, if you're enjoying the videos, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell as well to get notified every single time I upload for the regular financial content. I do put a lot of effort into giving you these. I've also upped the production value, as you guys can see, from these ones to the previous ones. So the only thing I ask from you guys, just subscribe to the channel.
Your choice is you could buy gold, but gold is dead metal and it's just getting ground into the dirt, right? I can seize your gold. Gold is the half-life of money, and gold is 35 years. And you can't put gold on 8 billion iPhones. So the problem is there's no tech in gold, and it was a good idea in the 19th century, and it's centralized. Governments can seize it, and the gold miners keep debasing it. They keep mining more gold, right? In the best year, you get 2% more. In the worst year, someone seizes a bunch of gold, dump it on the market, you get more than 2%.
Yeah, and absolutely. Although gold sounds great on paper and was good for the 1990s, I would say, even, and before that, there are a few problems with it, right? Fundamental. One is that, yes, on average, it does double every 35 years. Two, it can never go digital. And if someone wanted to seize your physical gold, right, one day, there definitely is a possibility of that. And throughout history, that has been done multiple times, right? From one winning side to the other winning side. Bitcoin is something that you have the keys to. And as long as you don't forget your password, nobody can touch your ledger wallet, right? Your Bitcoin is safe in there. Unless, of course, quantum computing is really developed, but that won't happen for tens of years at least. Please do your research on how hard it is to tamper with Bitcoin. Now, this is very interesting. Yes, Michael Saylor could become the first trillionaire by 2025, which, based on the cycle theory, is when the next top of the bull run should be. If everything goes to plan there, he will be the first one. It's an interesting article. I'll actually link it in the video if you guys want to check it out. But yes, guys, one of the main reasons why I believe in Bitcoin in the long term, right, is because of how bad we are macroeconomically. At the end of the day, this is the inflation in the US. For the past 7 months, we've been above the 8.3 all the way up to 9.1 mark. That's year over year inflation, of course. And those are not good numbers, right? Like very, very high, 40-year high. On top of that, of course, we still have the war looming around, affecting Europe in an immeasurable way, but also affecting North America too, right? Canada and US. Also, there's pandemics still going on here and there in different spots. We have primarily shortages of supply in a lot of things, but also in a scary way, we have a surplus of supply on certain items in Walmart and Target, which is supposed to be the cheaper alternative stores. So to break it down for you guys, in downturn economic times, those are supposed to be the spots where most people go to, right? Such as right now. But when these stores are reporting too much supply during bad economic times, that's how you know we're in trouble, in some shape, way, or form at least. Now, do I think you guys should go all in into Bitcoin? No, 100% no. However, I think it's something that you guys should educate yourselves on, right? I have plenty of videos on my channel. There are plenty of other videos as well on YouTube. As well as tons of other resources, right? Educate yourself on the blockchain and Bitcoin. I suggest a small percentage of your portfolio, right? But it's a great way to diversify. Personally, I believe in it quite a lot. That's just because of all the research I've done and all the people I've surrounded myself with who also believe in it as well for the long term. But I cannot give you any financial advice. That's what I'm saying. Use the resource available to you to verify the information, right? Super important. And remember, although we're in tough times right now, majority of millionaires and billionaires are made in recessions. I want you guys to remember that. There's always opportunity in tough times, right? Always someone taking advantage. And this is the end of the video. Once again, like it, subscribe to the channel, and as always, guys, stay diversified.